Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Dodie Tyneway, and today I want to talk to you about a disease that used to be a death sentence for cats, Feline Infectious Peritonitis, or FIP for short. You'll want to stick around for this happy ending. FIP is a viral disease caused by a type of feline coronavirus that is highly infectious. In fact, 80 to 90% of cats have been infected with the virus but clear it naturally. In some cats, the virus mutates and becomes especially virulent in cats. It is often fatal and has caused a lot of heartache for cat owners and veterinarians alike. Symptoms of FIP include lethargy, decreased appetite, weight loss, failure to thrive, fever, jaundice, buildup of fluid in the abdomen or chest, neurologic signs, and eye issues including inflammation and even blindness. There is currently no diagnostic test for FIP. Doctors must look at the symptoms and some commonly noted changes in the blood work, rule out a whole bunch of other things, and finally end up with a diagnosis of exclusion of FIP. In the past, the virus was almost always fatal, but now there is hope. Veterinarians and researchers have developed a drug that is saving cats from FIP, and it's a game changer. I'm just going to call it the miracle drug for now. This miracle drug interferes with the replication of the coronavirus that causes FIP and gives the cat's immune system time and the ability to fight the infection. It's a very well tolerated drug and has a very promising track record with 80 to 90% of cats surviving this once fatal disease. Unfortunately, it can be too late for some cats as there is currently a black market that makes the drug a little difficult to get in the United States. Now let me tell you about a kitten treated with the miracle drug. Her name is Silver, and she was diagnosed with FIP at just 5 months of age. So I'd like to introduce to you Risa and Jamie. And Risa and Jamie adopted an adorable little kitten named Silver. How long ago was that?
March 2021.
They saw her at the shelter and she's absolutely adorable. And here's a picture of her here at the shelter. They took her home. And how long did you have her before you took her into the vet to get spayed?
Whenever she was able to get spayed.
Probably a month.
So, yeah.
So they took her over to have her spayed. Until then, she was doing pretty well. She wasn't like a very robust cat, right?
Very shy.
Very
she's
shy.
shy and a little bit, I would say, short in stature. Maybe the runt of the litter,
Tiny,
some people would call her. But so other than, you know, just being a little smallish, there was nothing really abnormal, right?
No.
So they took her in to get spayed and you got a call from the vet. What did the vet say?
The doctor said we could not. We opened her up. Her belly was full of fluid. They couldn't do the surgery because of all the liquid, and we needed to take her to our vet. And they suspect that she has FIP, but she needs to get checked for blood work.
That must have been really hard and scary for you guys.
That was because we had just lost another cat, and we thought we were jinxed with our cats.
Oh, we all know right now that this treatment is not FDA approved for cats, and it is currently not available to the public. However, we all know that it is being made overseas and it is making its way to the United States in many different forms. Fortunately, it is saving cats' lives, and they say, well, you shouldn't give your cat anything that you don't know what it is and it's coming through sketchy channels. But when you know your cat has a death sentence, you're pretty much wanting to say, I'm going to look into this because I can't bear to see what could possibly happen to this lovely little kitten that you've fallen in love with, and then you're thinking, I can't save my cat's life. Well, that's unacceptable. So how did you guys find out about the miracle drug GS441524?
My daughter-in-law, after we told her that we were going to lose another cat, she did some research and found a community that supports FIP for cat. Linked up with them, and they got us drugs immediately for her use.
So just through the avenues, they they are able to connect you with somebody that will be able to get it. But unfortunately, it's through illegal avenues, and you don't always know like what you're getting is the real thing.
Yeah.
But truthfully, I really feel for pet owners in this situation, because if you have this kitten you've fallen in love with and your heart is broken, and all of a sudden someone's telling you that there's a treatment down the road, but not right now, you're going to go and try to find that treatment for your pet. I'm really hoping that these avenues will open up so people can save their cats' lives. But it did feel like a bit of a drug deal, right?
It did, and because it was online and it is a little expensive and it's not FDA approved, you know, I was a little skeptical.
Yeah.
And then I started reading all the comments of the cats that it was helping.
When she first showed it to me, I'm like, Mom, I don't know, this seems sketch.
Really sketchy.
Yeah, so it took us, and then because we talked to our vets about it, about what we saw, and they said that they heard about it, and so it made us feel like it could be more feasible than just like a random thing, so it was expensive. And then the people we talked to were very like, they asked so many questions, and it was just very comforting, I guess.
Comforting.
And we got to hear a lot more stories through like the different groups online, and then like we can just try it. And they did tell us like, we'll just try it for a week and we'll see what happens, and then we'll go from there. And like within the first few days, she did like there was a adjustment in her like own behavior where she started to feel better.
She had more energy. Instead of having her fever and her lethargy, she was doing much better. But I understand she was a little bit of a handful for the treatments.
Yes.
It was, we had to give her a shot, and that was like super
I guess it burns them.
Yeah, a little
the actual
bit,
medicine.
When it goes in.
Yep.
So poking her wasn't the issue. As soon as we, you know, it pushed the syringe,
She like felt, and she would cry. I was just
yeah,
like,
she would cry, and it was.
She's 4 pounds too.
Yeah.
At the time.
Did you try putting like a little ice pack there first to see if you could numb it? Or
They wanted us to first give them like pain medicine, like to like do
gabapentin.
She is such a shy kitty that like we didn't want to keep traumatizing her all the time.
Yes.
And like, cause it only did, as soon as like a few seconds, it would be done, and we'd give her a treat, and she forgot about it.
Yeah. Oh. So you had some challenges, and how many treatments did you have to do?
It was a 3-month thing, so you had to do it every single day for 3 months. I think by like 6 weeks or 7 weeks, they did tell us that we can stop doing shots, and they gave us pills instead, and that was incredibly easy. And the person we first talked to, they wanted us to do the needles because it's faster, it works better, but the pills work just the same afterwards. And some cats, if they start with the needles or like the shots and they switch over, it doesn't work as well, and they have to go back, and it might take a few more weeks because of that. But she seemed fine with the pills still. Yeah,
they seem to be really coming along with all of the treatments, and that maybe the oral form will be you know, available, and maybe it's not as well absorbed as a subcutaneous
And
method.
We had to give her like, because everything goes by weight of the cat, so we had to like open the pills up and like split them and stuff too, which was kind of annoying. And she didn't like the taste of it, but
but at least you were able to not give her a shot. I mean, that must have seemed like forever.
The shot, we had to wrap her in a towel. She had to hold her down physically while I gave her the shot. And
how many days was this?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. So it was a relief when we had to do.
When you were able to
do
stop.
that. And you know, that's one thing is if all cats act like this, I don't know. It's harder for them to, you know, do it themselves.
Cats did it's not a one-person job.
They
I think like even the site that they had like special like shot like outfits for them to make it easier for people.
So how is she now?
She's perfect. You know, she's cured. And it was
after 3 months of doing it, we had to wait another 3 months to see if it came back because like still in their system.
She was in observation.
But she seemed fine. She's still a shy kitty because she just that's her personality. But she's very healthy.
It may be too that she had to take all those shots that it made her a little bit more shy than she normally was.
Like she was shy when we got her from the kennel, and then usually they would assume the fact that we had to give her a shot every single day, every time we wanted to take her downstairs and stuff, probably did not help.
Poor girl. So would you have any advice for pet owners that suspect their cat might have FIP?
To contact the community and You know, they'll probably send you for blood work and have you send the blood work to them. And the sooner you get it done, the more effective it is.
It is a very hard thing to get diagnosed. We were lucky because when we got her spayed, they saw the fluid then. Because then they'd have to get like a ultrasound and stuff, and that's expensive. It's expensive to diagnose. We just so happened to get her spayed, and we are able to see that as like one of the symptoms.
Right.
But yeah, it is a hard thing to diagnose, which is why when they are finally diagnosed, it's usually too late to do the medicine.
Right. So your advice would be then to try to intervene sooner than later, and try to, you know, get some opinions and even second opinions so that you can kind of sort out what's really going on.
Two opinions.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's not FDA approved, we couldn't get our veterinarians to help us.
Yes.
Because they don't know anything about it.
Liability.
You know, the liability and that it's not legal, they couldn't help us.
I think both of our different vets, they did tell us about this group too, but they also said that they couldn't tell us more about it.
Yes, that's what's still unfortunate, that they will say that, yeah, it's kind of against, you know, the Practice Act for us to recommend drugs that are not approved. However, at the same time, when we have our patient in front of us, you know, fading before our eyes, you know, it's like
knowing there's something out there.
Yeah, we have to do something. So I guess my advice too would be to try to find reputable sources where people have, and they're definitely online. You can find them through Facebook, where people have been on this journey numerous times with numerous cats. And there's anywhere from 80 to 90% success rate from what I've heard.
I think higher too. A lot of it is like for the shots too. They get like little it's irritation and they can get infected,
especially if you get it on their skin.
The medicine itself, so the infections they can get from that, because there's such a low immune system, is a lot of times how they get sick again afterwards. Right.
But I think another tip would be, that's a good point, you could almost hire like a vet tech or somebody to come to your home and give the shots.
She went away, so it's like just me to do it, and I'm like, I can't do it by myself. And I was gonna go, and our vet was actually gonna come to do it with us, but then I had a family friend come to do it. But yeah, you
were able to do that. So anyway, well, thank you so much for sharing your experience and your little kitty who's hiding.
Right here. We'll bring her over.
Okay, we'll bring her over so you can meet the star of the show.
Yes.
Her name is Silver.
She never stopped eating. They said that she might have, you know, diarrhea, and she, you know, might not eat, but she really
Here is the star of the show, Silver.
So she never. Silver. She's still tiny, like she was when we got her.
She's 7 pounds.
And you know,
she does not like to be picked up, unfortunately, but she likes to play.
So it's just so wonderful to see, because for, you know, I've been practicing over 30 years, and to see all of the cats that died in my career, now there's hope that they can be saved, and they can sleep right next to you all night and keep you awake, keep you from getting a good night's sleep for the rest of her life. But she's so adorable. And again, thank you so much for sharing this. I hope it helps other pet owners out there and give them hope, and know that this medication ultimately will be available. And just like cell phones that were so expensive at one point, the price will come down and it will be more affordable.
They even said to us, if they didn't work, like after the 3 months, they were going to give it to us again for
free.
Wow.
If it came
back. Also they help financially.
That's nice. Yeah.
And they do it because you can order like by how many, because you don't know if they're going to survive, so you don't have to do all 3 months at one time.
Oh,
so they did
great.
it. So you're able to order like every week or whatever.
Is our true cat heroes.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much for sharing Silver with us.
Silver's family was thrilled to see her return to her playful and happy self, and they were grateful for the opportunity to save her life. Thanks to this miracle drug, pet owners and veterinarians hope we can save more cats from this devastating disease. I'm hoping that it will be available soon so that more kittens can be saved with this life-saving medication. Unfortunately, until then, pet owners must rely on a sketchy black market to save their cats. The process of approval for drugs in the U.S. can be daunting, and we sure hope that they will approve this life-saving medication for cats soon. Please like and share this information with other cat owners to spread the word that there is hope for cats with FIP.